Good afternoon. Well, it is afternoon, and whether it's good or not, it depends on how you view what the president just said. I say the nuclear agreement, the Iran nuclear agreement, was the best way to prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear-armed state. President Trump's refusal to recertify is a grave mistake that threatens America's security and our credibility at a very critical time. The president is ignoring the overwhelming consensus of nuclear scientists, national security experts, generals, and his own cabinet, including reportedly the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of State. The fact is, Iran remains in compliance with the nuclear agreement. If they did not, we would not be supporting certification. If Iran were not in compliance, our allies would walk away. They are not. Supporters of the agreement harbor no illusions about the Iranian regime. That is why the agreement is based on proof, not trust. It has set up the toughest detection, inspection, and verification framework ever negotiated. Threatening this agreement does not isolate Iran. It isolates America. This week, House Democrats met with 4 European ambassadors, signatories to the agreement, who said if the U.S. backs out of the JCPOA, we will not. Even former Israeli Prime Minister and Defense Minister Ehud Barak said that abandoning the deal would be a mistake. He said, even if America decides to pull out of it, no one will join, not the Chinese, not the Russians, not even the Europeans. It will serve the Iranians, the president claimed. They are not agreeing to the spirit of the agreement. There is no spirit of the agreement. The agreement is a very toughly debated, negotiated, verifiable agreement. That's what they have to honor. And so far, his people who briefed me this morning, the person who called me from the administration, a high-level State Department official, I said very clearly, are they in violation of the agreement? No. So what are we doing here? Any questions?
Leader Pelosi?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think of the Corker-Cotton proposed legislation that they're talking about?
I have the faintest idea what it is. What is Corker-Cotton?
They're proposing to amend the Iran Nuclear Review Act to, for example, instantly snap back sanctions if it's determined that Iran is within 1 year of developing a nuclear weapon, and to set a list of other stricter restrictions.
I'm not familiar with that, but the fact is they cannot amend the agreement. The agreement is an agreement not negotiated among ourselves. It's an agreement negotiated among nations. The entire EU, at the centerpiece of it, the P5, that is the members of the Security Council, plus one, Germany, and then China and Russia, who are members of the P5, and EU, and Iran. So that's where the negotiation was, and they came out with the toughest agreement that was possible with that. I don't know what they're doing, but again, it is, if it's a path to leaving, we're saying if they're not in compliance, we're all together on this. We're out if they're not in compliance. So I really would have to read what they have, because I'll tell you this. Maybe you heard the president say in his comments, leaders in the Congress are working on language. We haven't seen any of it. We haven't seen any of it on the Democratic side. We haven't seen any of it.